Hey, what is up? It is your boy Will. Welcome back to the Skinny Survivor channel, the best place for skinny guys to gain their first 30 pounds of muscle and go from the scrawny guy to the brawny guy as fast as possible. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what it takes to have the best muscle building diet for skinny guys. If you're a skinny guy yourself, I'm going to show you exactly how to diet, how to build your diet to build as much muscle mass as possible as a skinny guy. Now, before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe right now if you're a skinny guy looking for content. Maybe you want mass gain meal plans, workouts, recipes, you need help with bulking up. Make sure to subscribe. We've got tons of content on this channel to help you do that. And also, if you've been following me for a while now, make sure after this video to click the first link in my description and go get yourself a free bulking meal plan and workout to get started in the next 30 days. So let's get straight into today's video. So today, I'm actually not going to share with you the exact diet plan because there's so many diet plans that you could use out there. And make sure after this video to click the first link in my description to go get yourself a diet plan to start bulking up. But I'm going to share with you what most skinny guys are doing wrong when it comes to their diet, why they're not getting results, and how you can actually build your diet so you make sure that you do get results and that, you know, a couple years down the road, you're going to be jacked, okay? Instead of not being jacked, I don't want you to be skinny. I don't want you to have no idea what to eat every single day and how to diet. So today's video, I'm going to run down the exact things you need in your diet, okay? And why most guys are not getting results. So the first thing is I'm going to tell you why most guys are not getting results, why they're doing everything wrong, and why they're still skinny, okay? Maybe you've struggled in the past to build muscle. Maybe up to this day, you've struggled to gain weight, and you might be doing some of these things wrong, and that's fine because I'm going to share with you how that we can get out of this rut and make sure that we start building muscle. So most skinny guys, the first thing they're doing wrong is they're eating whatever they want, okay? And I did this in the beginning as well. I thought that I could actually eat any food I wanted, gain weight, build muscle, and all of that weight that I gained would be lean muscle, and I'd build an incredible physique. And what happened? Well, I actually ended up building very little muscle mass. I ended up gaining weight, but most of the weight came from fat, okay? When you eat whatever you want, you don't really have control over how many calories you have, and that means you're gonna run into something called calorie spillage, okay? That means that when you eat much more calories than the body needs, lots of that is gonna be converted into fat, okay? Your body, okay, is kind of like a machine. When it sees the calories, it sees energy, and some of that energy will be stored into muscle, okay, if you're working out consistently. But some of that will also be fat, okay? And that comes down to, you know, how many calories are you actually consuming? Now, what we recommend our clients do is we recommend you only have a small calorie surplus. If you don't know what a calorie surplus is, it simply means that you're eating a small amount of calories over your maintenance calories. Basically, you eat more than your body burns, okay? And you only eat around 300 calories over that maintenance level to help you gain that consistent weight and also build lean muscle. Now, the problem with eating whatever you want is you don't know how many calories you're actually eating, okay? And most foods out there, especially junk foods, especially things like pizza, KFC, McDonald's, you know, you're never gonna really know the calorie content of those things, okay? So you might go to a restaurant, you might eat some random thing, okay? Let's just say, for example, you eat a burger, but you don't actually know how many calories is in that, okay? You might estimate those calories. Most skinny guys don't even estimate the calories, and they expect to build lean muscle, and it's just not gonna happen, okay? So first mistake that most skinny guys make is that they eat whatever they want, and you're just simply not going to get results like that. It's just trying to win the lottery, okay? You're not going to get results like that. Second mistake that most skinny guys make when it comes to their diet is they consume a low protein, low carbohydrate, and high fat diet, okay? So I did this as well because when you eat whatever you want, okay, most foods out there that taste good, that feel good, are actually really high in fats, okay, really low in carbs, and really low in protein, okay? So one of the trade-offs when it comes to building muscle is a lot of the foods that you actually eat to build muscle, they're not fancy, you know, they're not those restaurant kinds of foods. They're actually just really simple foods, but there's a trade-off, there's a sacrifice, okay? If you want to build muscle, if you want to transform your body, you got to start eating those foods, okay? Maybe they don't taste as good as those restaurant prepared foods with tons of additives, tons of oil, tons of sugar added in, but that's what's going to get you results, okay? So there's a trade-off, okay? But when you eat whatever you want, okay, lots of those foods are going to have, you know, terrible amounts of fat, terrible amounts of carbohydrates, terrible amounts of protein. And if you're doing that, you're gonna find it really hard to hit those amounts in terms of protein, carbohydrates, and fats to build muscle, okay? So you're gonna struggle to build muscle because you're consuming a diet that pretty much doesn't help you hit your goals. So third reason why most skinny guys have a poor diet, and that is the main reason why they can't build muscle, and especially lean muscle, okay? Especially if you're skinny fat, you probably eat infrequently, okay? You probably eat without structure, and you probably never track your calorie intake or your weight, okay? So most skinny guys, they don't track their calorie intake, they don't track their foods, they don't track their weight, and it's almost like, you know, you're trying to win this game by simply like gambling, simply trying to guess everything, trying to wing it basically. And you're never gonna wing it to your muscular physique. You're never gonna, you know, do whatever you want and build a muscular physique, because when it comes to building a muscular physique, when it comes to building a lean physique, one that looks amazing, you're gonna have to make sacrifices, okay? It's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take consistency. It's gonna take doing the right things over and over and over again. Sometimes it's gonna be freaking boring. Sometimes it's gonna be really repetitive. Sometimes you're not gonna wanna eat the foods like chicken breast or high protein foods like salmon, you know, high protein foods like lean beef. You're not gonna wanna do those things sometimes, but if you want to get something that most people don't have, which is a muscular physique, you're going to have to do those things, okay? And most skinny guys, they kind of like got one foot in the door and another foot out the door, okay? They're like, I want to build a physique, but I don't want to make sacrifices. I want to transform my body, build confidence, have something that most people don't have, but I also want to relax and, you know, not take my diet seriously, and it doesn't happen like that. You really need to make sacrifices. So now I've shown you what, you know, most skinny guys do wrong. I want to show you exactly how you can start getting results, how you can transform your body and be the guy that, you know, a lot of girls, you know, are attracted to and a lot of guys respect in the gym, okay? And this type of guy does it differently, okay? He takes his stuff seriously. You want to start taking your stuff seriously if you want to get results. So here's what you need to do in terms of your diet, which is so important to get results as a skinny guy. Start bulking up, start building muscle, and ultimately transforming your body. So first thing you need to do is make sure that you have a calorie surplus, okay? If you're trying to gain weight, okay, especially when you're skinny, you don't have much mass in your frame, you want to make sure that you're eating enough calories. I recommend getting in a calorie surplus from the get-go. If you're naturally a skinny guy, you want to be in a calorie surplus to speed up the weight gain process and make sure that you're gaining more mass, okay? Calorie surplus simply means you're eating more calories than the amount of calories required to maintain your current weight, okay? So let's say you've been eating 2,000 calories right now, and maybe that's maintain your weight, okay? If you want to increase your weight, you want to eat a little bit over that, okay? So I recommend a calorie surplus of around 300 calories, okay? Just start with this, okay? Basically, you can use my mass gain calculator down below to get an estimation of the amount of calories required for you to start gaining weight, okay? So that's the first thing you need to make sure you get right. You're eating enough calories, you're even tracking your calories, and you're making sure you know how much you need to eat in order to gain weight. Second thing you want to get right in terms of your diet is you need sufficient protein intake. Now, if you're super sore in the gym, maybe you don't recover fast enough, maybe you feel like you work out and you're so sore, you're so weak, everything feels heavy, and you don't recover quickly. Maybe you go in the gym and you can't recover for like, 4 days, 5 days, okay, and you feel sluggish, you feel like your energy is low, maybe you're sore, everything feels like a challenge. Chances are you're not eating enough protein, okay? So in order to build more muscle and actually have great workouts, recover quickly, build more bigger muscles over time, is you need sufficient protein intake. And what I recommend you do is get at least 1 gram per pound of body weight in order to make sure you have enough protein, okay? So My mass gain calculator will also show you this, okay? But you need to make sure that you're getting enough protein in your diet, okay? And that your diet actually consists of that much protein. One of the things that I find is if you want to have the perfect diet to build muscle, it's going to be tough, okay? It's going to be a little bit challenging, especially in terms of protein intake. You're actually going to have to really focus, okay? You can't eat junk food and hit the amount of protein. So let's say, for example, that you're 160 pounds, okay? So I want you to eat at least 160 grams of protein every single day. Now, you're gonna find that when you start trying to do that, you can't really eat junk food and hit those targets. So it kind of forces you into doing the right things in order to get enough protein into your diet. So it becomes very difficult if you're doing the wrong things. For example, going out and eating every single day, you know, just eating whatever you want, fried chicken wings, you know, KFC, you know, you're just like, you know, trying to get the results without putting the work in, okay? When it comes to diet, okay, it's a form of hard work, okay? Everyone knows that in order to build a great physique, it's gonna take hard work. And in terms of your diet, it's the same thing, okay? There's a famous saying, it's like, it's easy to be disciplined and work out, but it's very hard to be disciplined within the next 24 hours of the day to control what goes on your plate, okay? It's very, very true, okay? Diet is one of the most important things to building muscle, if not the most important thing, but it's also one of the most difficult things to control, okay? And if you want to get great results, there's a trade-off. You gotta put in the work, okay? So when it comes to your diet, again, sufficient protein intake, okay? So the last thing you wanna make sure that you're getting right is you wanna make sure that your carb content is right, okay? Carbohydrates is your most readily used source of energy. Especially as a skinny guy, you have a fast metabolism, which means you're burning through energy very, very fast, okay? That means you need to supply yourself with more carbohydrates because carbohydrates are your most rarely used source of energy. Carbohydrates will allow you to have more energy through the day, have better mood, also will help you pump out those workouts, pump out more weight. And what I find as a naturally skinny guy myself with a fast metabolism is when I wake up in the morning and look at myself in the mirror, you know, most times I'm usually flat. And what I mean by flat is I don't look as pumped up, as big as I normally do. And if you're a skinny guy, you probably can relate with that. It's because your body burns through those calories really, really fast, okay? Especially your carbohydrates. So that means as skinny guys, we wanna be constantly fueling ourselves with carbohydrates because carbohydrates are actually gonna be stored as something what's called glycogen, which is stored carbohydrates into your muscles. And what happens when you supply yourself with enough carbohydrates is you make sure your muscles are actually full of glycogen. So that kind of means that it's gonna be pumped up. And that also means that when your muscles are pumped up, okay, you're gonna be able to lift more weight, okay? So if you've ever felt like you go into the gym and you start benching or you start doing some lifts and everything feels like 10 times heavier than before, it's usually because your carbohydrate intake is low or your water intake is low. And those two things relate because carbohydrates also store water into your muscles, okay? So I know this is a bit confusing, but just make sure you're getting enough carbohydrates in your diet. Now, I recommend 50 to 60% of your calories come from carbohydrates, okay? So in order to get all of these things right, all you need to do is click down below, go get my mass gain calculator and get an estimation. Now, calculators are not 100% accurate, but it's gonna give you a good start, okay? It's gonna give you a base of your calories, okay? And my calculator is actually being tweaked. I've actually personalized it myself, and it's gonna help you get your protein intake right, carbohydrate intake right, and your fats and also your calories right, okay? So great place to start. Make sure to check it out and go get it down below and calculate your calories. So I really hope this advice helped you, okay? Again, diet is so important. If you're not getting your diet right, you're gonna really struggle to get results as a skinny guy. You might not even get results your entire life and stay skinny, and you don't want that. You wanna take these things seriously. You wanna take your dreams seriously. You wanna take building your dream physique seriously, okay? Because these things are gonna change your life. You're gonna get more confidence. You're gonna feel better every single day. You're gonna feel more energized. You're gonna go to go into the gym without anxiety. You're gonna go into public without anxiety, and people are gonna notice that. People are gonna respect you more. Girls are gonna be more attracted to you. And those are the kinds of things that you're gonna get if you put in the work, okay? So I urge you to start doing these things right from the get-go, especially if you're a young guy. You know, you've got time and you're gonna grow, and you're also gonna put in the right things, do the right habits that are gonna set you up for life. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Thanks for watching again. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. Also, check out the videos on the screen here to watch next. That's it for this video, my skinny survivors. I'll see you in the next one.